Last night, Trump made a really weird statement that has led to some unhinged Democrat from Texas wanting to impeach him now. I wanted to get both of your takes without kind of poisoning the well. I'll go to Styx and then first, and then Hannah Claire. What are your immediate thoughts on this? Trump saying he's going to take over Gaza. Are we in the fifth dimensional chess move, or is this a huge Trump error?
I think that it's more that he wants to negotiate, and he wants to get a peace deal sealed between the Palestinian Authority and the Israelis. So what you do is you say, well, maybe we'll take over Gaza. And they say, oh, shit, he might be serious. And they come in and they say, okay, well, come to the negotiating table. Don't worry about it too much. I have a feeling that's what's happening right now. I don't think that there's actually a serious threat of invading Gaza because Trump has been relatively non-interventionist for the most part. He was in his first term. He's currently talking about making peace with Iran. He's managed to soothe things over with the Canadians, with the Mexicans. Basically, the only outlier is China, and that's just because their economy is huge. So I don't think there's any imminent threat of him actually seriously invading Gaza, no.
What do you think, Hannah Claire?
I want to believe this is just when they think I'm going to zig, I zag tactic from Trump. You know, he's been openly sort of non-interventionist, America first, and so then turn around and be like, we're going to take ownership of this other country. It definitely feels like the unexpected move, which if you're trying to negotiate with someone like that was the thing that world leaders always said about Trump. You can't predict what he's going to do next. So that's my optimistic take. I just want to be clear. I don't want ownership of Gaza.
Yeah, I don't either.
I think this is a bad, no, thank you. No, none of it for me. I think it's just creating this like dependency state, and it wouldn't resolve anything. And then, you know, our ties to Israel are going to be way more intense, and it's not good. But it was very amusing to me that Trump came at this from a real estate developer perspective. Like, he wasn't like, it's our humanitarian, duty to intervene, or like, we should do this because whatever. It was like, that's a beautiful strip of land. We could really turn it into something.
Yeah, be like people are saying
that's what he looked at with like Palm Beach and stuff. He was like,
there's plenty of empty land to develop, that's for sure.
Yeah, they're talking about it being like what is it? Not Qatar, but was it Saudi Arabia? No, I forget what city people are referring to. I happen to think this is an obvious. I think he's negotiating with Netanyahu in real time, and essentially saying, like, some people, I think Clinton Russell shared out the video clip where Netanyahu didn't exactly look thrilled about what Trump was saying. I think this is Trump saying, hey, I'm sick of this. You two better figure it out, or I'm going to take it away. Like, he doesn't really want to take over Gaza, but he's saying, like, hey, you guys better get your poop in a group. You better figure out how to make this work, or I'm just going to come in and take it. And you're not going to like that, because, of course, all the noticers were like, Trump's doing what Israel wants. Do you think Israel wants Trump to take over Gaza? They don't want that. They want Gaza. They want the Gaza Strip. Israel wants to take that. So Trump to take Gaza is not serving Israel. I think it's literally him saying, like, if you two can't figure it out, I'm going to come in and take it. And I think he really means it. But I think Netanyahu got the message. By the way, I think that he does actually mean it, but I think he expects them to back down, like we've backed down Canada, Mexico, Panama, some of these other countries. And he's basically like, I'm losing my patience. Just get it done. I promised the American people that I would secure peace between your two countries. Please do that. Otherwise, there's going to be a real big problem. The thing is that it wouldn't be just an invasion of Gaza. If the United States were to go into Gaza,
it would probably also mean war with Israel, which
Yes.
is ironic. We would win, but they've got probably 100 nuclear weapons in the Samson option, so be a little bit of a problem.
Well, I think
He
we
said
have a
this
little
line-
back end access. Trump will
Yeah.
be like beep boop boop beep boop. All their nukes will shut down. You know,
Yeah.
like, we gave them to them, so I mean, I have a feeling we.
Oh
have
no, they
control
stole them. The Pentagon report from '84 that was declassed under Trump said that the nuclear triggers were stolen. Actually,
Oh, I didn't know that. Fun fact.
More scandal on top of scandal.
Yeah.
Trump said something like everyone will be resettled within the region, which I thought was like one of the signs that he is like trying to assuage people are concerned about, you know, potentially another wave of asylum seekers or anything like that. What he's saying is like, we're going to manage this situation, but it doesn't seem like he's saying like, he's using different language than when he declared that Canada would be the 51st state, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
And that made me somewhat hopeful. Generally, again, can't stress enough, I don't want us to own Gaza. I think that's horrible. I think after everyone celebrating USAID being shut down, to turn around and be like, but now we've got this other dependent country, like not a good look for us. But, you know, Trump needs a certain amount of mystery in his thinking for his negotiations to be as powerful as they are. And so, you know, he wasn't scared about this rumor of like a trade war that ruins everything. He's like, well, we've got to see it through. We've got stuff we need to take care of. And ultimately the countries, you know, China, not as much, but Mexico and Canada played ball. And I think in some ways that is what's happening here. If they just bank on the fact that he's going to be somewhat isolationist, then everyone at the negotiating table for the Middle East conflict will operate differently.
Styx,
by
what
the
do you
way,
make-
can I ask one quick question of Hannah Claire? What is that adorable cat's name? Because it's being a total flopper.
Yeah.
This is Congressman Grimbles Ryan. He was initially Congressman Leo Ryan after the Jonestown guy, but for whatever reason, the name Grimbles really stuck. And he's one of the kittens that my stray cat that I adopted had. And ever since he was a baby, he's been a big cuddler. And if you hear a cat crying in the background of the show ever, it's always him. He's like a total crybaby.
Shout out Congressman Jonestown reference. That's my favorite cult story.
That is
a good one.
I can't get enough
the
of
ultimate
it.
flopper.
I used to call when it was a like little kitten and I like, you know, couldn't open their eyes. I tried to I thought it was a girl. I gendered it incorrectly. So I called it Heidi for a long time. And then I called it formerly Heidi because I realized it was a boy.
Yeah, transition.
Now he's just running for Congress. Maybe he'll run for governor one day.
What
probably could win too.
Yeah, depending on the running opponent. Styx, what do you make of the idea that Trump has made himself now a mutual enemy of Israel and Hamas and Palestine? In that way, they will be more incentivized to get a deal done. I think there might be something to that.
Yeah, I think that the whole strategy is literally just hold them over a barrel and say, look, we're guaranteeing a huge amount of aid for both of your countries.
Yep.
Try to get along. Now, it's probably not going to end up in a long-term peace deal. What probably will happen is it goes back to the old status quo of seeming calm, basically.
Yep.
So Israel and Palestine at least aren't openly attacking each other. Well, that's an improvement based on what's currently happening now. Hamas knows that it can't win against the IDF. Israel knows that it can't eliminate Hamas. Netanyahu is totally aware of this fact. He can show all of his bravado to the population if he wants. He's well aware of the fact that that's not actually a possibility. Because every time they kill a Hamas member, they've killed somebody's family member. And so now you have another Hamas member in training.
The only way you can do it is glass it. We've talked about this before, Styx. It makes people uncomfortable. But the only real way to eliminate Hamas would be to literally, now, I'm not suggesting this, Clippers, okay? But that is the only way you can actually get rid of them, is if you just erase all 3 million people that live there. Like, what do you make, Hannah Claire, of the calls for impeachment now on Trump? I mean, it's obviously bravado. They can't impeach. They can't. They don't even have enough votes in the House to.
Do you know how Girl Scouts get badges for doing certain things. Like you sell 100 cookies and you get a badge, or you help an old lady and you get a different badge. I think this is just the Democratic Girl Scout badge. Like if you are the first one to call for impeachment, then you get to always say, well, I thought we should have impeached him and therefore I'm better at this. I don't take it seriously.
Yeah. They don't have the votes. It was brought forth by one of the more unhinged Democrats who's up there with his gold cane
And
pretending
still I
he's
rise.
MLK.
Mr.
Yes.
Speaker,
This guy impeaching for dastardly
Right,
deeds,
right.
right?
Dastardly. Yeah. Both done and
Mr.
spoken.
Speaker, with a to whom it may concern message.
What is his nationality? He looks like black and Mexican. I don't
Where's
really
he
know.
from?
Texas, Houston. Yeah.
Hmm.
He's like, oh, Martin Luther King had a dream, and so therefore I shall rattle my golden cane and call for impeachment of President Trump. I mean,
His
give me a
pimp
break.
cane, he should be in a purple suit,
Yeah,
with a fuzzy hat and stuff like that. and a
You can't
scarf.
really, you can't really bring a cane and not seem like you're the evil villain in some sort of 90s like
a gold topped cane.
after school
too.
special, right?
Yeah.
This is almost a self-satire when you think about it.
Yeah, there's I mean, they're not,
At least bring a wooden one. Look more demure.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Or, buy a cheap one from Walgreens or whatever. So you don't look like you have a, $2,000 Gucci chain or a cane.
I think any of us would look more serious in Congress than him. You've got Jeremy in his sweatshirt. I'm dressed as a pirate, and you're carrying a cat around.
It's good enough for Fetterman.
I'm sorry, this cat's a member of Congress. I don't know
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
That's true. Yeah, I think, on the impeachment thing, that's cooked. I think on Gaza, I think we can safely chill. Nobody wants boots on the ground. Trump knows that. Let's go to a couple chat comments here. Mr. Donkerson says, Trump saying he wants to take over Gaza is King Solomon saying to split the baby. Yeah, aerodynamic. Why wouldn't Trump be willing to play the bad guy, seeing how bad Israel has been, or has had such a bad year from a PR standpoint? Kingdom of Jerusalem. Yeah, I mean, I think he would do that. Megan says, do you think he's going forward with the 1960 plan to build a canal through Gaza as an alternate route to Suez Canal? He continued wording Gaza is a demolition site. That is an interesting, spicy take.
Canal front, 5-star resorts in the Middle East, and Trump is ready for it.